Hello, and welcome. I am Webweaver, and I'm so glad you have found my channel here today. This is Sunday. It is May 31st, and I thought I would get back into my weekly readings. I'm not sure if I'll get back into daily readings, but we're at least here for the weekly ones, right? Summer has come, or at least summer away from school has come, and I have a little more time. So, as always, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. And I am going to be using my Slavic Legends Tarot deck. I received this as a gift at Yule, and I really like it. I've been using it for my own personal readings, and I thought I would use it for this as well. And I do have a notebook here that I have started because each of the major arcana ties into a legend of some sort from some area, some Slavic area. So the legends are really neat, and they may be pertinent to what we need to know. So if we pull some major arcana, I will go into what legend that is. So it may take me a little longer in the reading, but it is rather fascinating. So bear with me. All right, and I do have the phone being held up a little higher. If we find that the sound is an issue, I'll go back to using the microphone on the, attaching the microphone. But for now, we'll just see how this one goes. But that way we have more room and you can see all the cards and whatnot. So, all right, and these cards are lovely. They're very soft, but they're matte. They're not glossy, so they stick a little. Okay. All right. What do we, myself and those on YouTube who are watching this, need to know for the week ahead? What do we need to know for the week ahead? These cards are so sticky. Okay, we're going to stop there. I do not read reversals, so I think I've got these correct. All right, let me check the layout, make sure we're good here. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So for Monday, June 1st, we have the Knight of Wands. A very fiery card. The Knight of Wands is very much a doer. It's about action. Wands is that fiery energy. I am a fire sign. I know that fire energy well. And this is the knight who's taking action, who is charging in and doing the thing. Usually seen as someone who's very charming and has that self-confidence about him, daring, heading off into an adventure, right? Fire signs are very passionate about things. We get very fired up over things, right? So this card is about change, a bold new change. It might be movement, because it is a knight who is very active, running through the fire, right? So it may be a bold move. It might be a new job. It might be a new house. Or for you, it may be somebody, it may represent a person that you know, a person who is very action-oriented. They react based on their will, based on their inspiration, their passion. But this card to me is very much, it's bold movement forward. So the whole idea of some new change coming into your life may be the case for Monday. All right, That's what I like to hear. I've got some job applications out there. Okay, Tuesday. Ooh, more fiery energy. We have the Nine of Wands. So again, this is a fiery energy, but if you look at this image, look at the guy. He's taking a defensive stance, right? This is about perseverance. This is about stamina. This is about courage. I mean, look at his face. You don't see fear. Let me hold it up. You do not see fear in that face, right? That is fearlessness, courage, perseverance, being ready for trouble. It doesn't necessarily mean trouble's going to happen. It's just being on guard, preparing for whatever that next challenge is. So maybe whatever it is, whatever movement forward we have happening here with this Knight of Wands, we are being told on Tuesday, all right, let's start preparing for that next challenge, the next thing that's coming our way, right? Because change, even when it's good, you know, a new move, a new house, a new job, a new whatever change happens, even when it's the right change and it's good change, it's hard. It's hard. So we're being told to prepare for it on Tuesday. Wednesday. Wow, you saw me. You saw me. We have the King of Wands. So, again, with the fiery energy, with the King, this is a creative fiery energy. It's inspiring. I'll hold it up a little closer so you can see it. Very charismatic person, can be forceful when needed, but usually kings have that inner self-control, right? They are more, they're less prone to the fiery outburst as opposed to just taking fiery action. But he is a mover and a shaker. This could be somebody who's like super dad. It could be somebody who's mentoring another, someone who's driven by passion, by will. So this card ties into all the rest of them. I mean, this is a very fiery week. That's very interesting to me especially. But this is someone who, that super dad who can do all the things. So it may be that we're being called to be that person, to mentor another person, to be a parental figure. It could be taking on more of a leadership role too. A king is a leader, right? So we've got that fiery energy leading into this, and taking on that passion-driven role of leading others is also a possibility. So that's an interesting one for Wednesday. All right, we are out of the fire realm. For Thursday, we have the 8 of Coins. That was very interesting to me. All right, so coins, some decks call them pentacles. I also have a deck that calls them discs. That's where that came from in my brain while I was talking. This is knowledge and diligence. So this it can have to do with finance. It is earthy energy. So we do have a fire in the background though, right? Like this whole fire theme is carrying forward. However, with the coins, it is physical. It is earth, element of earth. So it could be your physical body. It could be your finances. It could be the physical world around you, your home, your surroundings. This card here though, if you look, he is applying his trade. He is making these coins and he has skill. So this card is about diligence, knowledge. He knows what he's doing. It is that attention to detail, the skills that he has. It's an 8, so 10 is the end of a period, right? So 8, we're getting close. We're not at the end of whatever it is yet. But we are nearly finished. We are nearing a successful completion. Successful being the key word. So even though whatever it is tying into the physical realm is not over this week, we are getting there. We are nearing the end of a cycle, a period of time, whatever it is. As long as we work carefully, we apply our skill, we're almost there. Friday, sticking with the coins, we have the 7 of coins. So, this is assessment. So you can see here you have, and I spent all weekend gardening, so this is pertinent, but this is about your harvest, reaping your future. She's growing these beautiful flowers. Let me hold this up in case you want to see it. She's growing these beautiful flowers. She's got the watering can there, but she also has a very serious look on her face. So she is monitoring the progress, right? This is about assessment, looking at your reward, looking at the harvest, reaping the fruits of your labor, taking note of what may still need to be done or how much longer you have to wait. But this is satisfaction for a job well done. This is looking at the results of the work that you put in. So that is where we are there on Friday. These are not terrible cards. All right, Saturday. Let me make sure I'm only pulling one because these are all get stuck together. We have the Knight of Cups. Can you see that whole card? Yes. Okay. Sorry, I lifted the phone up. Like I said, I lifted the phone up higher, and because I did that, I don't know what you can see and what you can't. All right, so the Knight of Cups, I'll hold that up for you. This Knight, if you compare it to the Knight of Wands, which it's close to when I lay it here, very different energy, right? We entered in on Monday, boom, we're going right in for it. The Knight of Cups is more emotion. This is more introspective. The Cups has to do with emotion, with psychic ability. So this is more refined, sensitive. It could be someone who acts based on their emotions, based on their relationships with other people. But this is, instead of charging forward action, this is more introspective, sensitive, refined, possibly romantic action. Cups has to do with romance as well because that is emotional. So maybe after this fire-driven week, we are taking time over the weekend to slow down, take it all in, process it, whatever it is. Okay? And then Sunday, we're back to Wands. So the Ace of Wands is actually, that is pure fire energy. That is the creative force. That is your enthusiasm for anything. But fire has to do with confidence, with courage, can very much tie into ambition and career. Being an ace, it is a beneficial start. It can be transformation. Think about a phoenix. Has to catch fire and burn to rise from the ashes, right? Hard work, turning ideas into reality. It's an opportunity to harness and express your will. So we start out with that fiery energy moving forward. We get to the coins where we apply our skills. We take account of what we need, what we have, how we did. Saturday, we slow down. We take it all in, process whatever this week has brought us. And then Sunday, we are back to a beginning. Ace is the start of the fire of any deck, of any suit, right? So it's the start. We are getting ready to start a new week on Sunday. We are taking that fiery passion and we are starting something new. It's a positive start. It's a beginning. So maybe whatever came our way here, we go through the week getting it lined up, and maybe the following week, boom, if it's like a new job or a move or whatever it is, maybe that's when it actually starts. Possibly. It's just a thought. So that is our week. That is what we've got. Not a single major arcana in this pool, which is cool. That's fine. But I brought this little book up in case I needed to read it, and I didn't have to. All right. Well, I hope you have a lovely week. We'll see. I'm going to try to keep doing these weekly readings. I don't know that the daily ones are going to happen. I do know that they changed some things on YouTube, so I think that videos weren't being seen. I heard other readers and other channels say that their viewership had dropped. Because yes, you subscribe, but it's not subscribed as in, oh, I want alerts to all the videos. It's subscribed as in, oh, we'll give you some suggested ones. I don't understand it. So if there are sites, even if it's not this one, if there are sites that you follow that you want to make sure you see their videos, yes, you're subscribed, but if you go into that, subscribe button, whatever, choose the top choice, whatever it was. I don't remember what it was called, preferred. There were a couple I had to change because I follow those people and I didn't understand why I wasn't seeing their stuff. Don't do suggested, do the other one, whatever the other one was, on any channel that you follow. All right, so I hope you have a lovely week. I hope that this reading was helpful, and I will see you next week. And if I get any chances for nature moments and stuff like that, I'll share them like I did last weekend when we were camping. So have a wonderful week. Blessed be.